Hey guys, so I have been without interwebs for a while now because some squirrels moved into my cable box and ate my interwebs. Finally got my interwebs back and I've been thinking about doing an update for a while, but right now I'm kind of not in the place to do an update, so what I wanted to do today is a rant, which is how these videos originated, was with me doing rants. So, we're just going to take a step back and I'm going to rant. What I'm going to rant about today is this thing that guys do that frustrates me to no end. Absolutely no end. Um, and I understand it. I do understand it. It's the number system. Giving numbers to women based on their looks. Now, I find that appalling in many ways, and I'm sure that, all of my feminist sisters out there also find it appalling for whatever reasons, and I get it. I get that it's appalling on many levels, and I also understand that it's kind of like an instinct thing, like you look at someone, you're like, oh, hey, they're hot, or, oh, hey, they're not, whatever. What I don't get is the need to verbalize it. I don't get that at all. And here's why. Women, here's a good, it's a good insight into women, guys, so pay attention. Every woman has this scared, insecure 13-year-old inside of them. Deep, deep down inside. We're all 13, and we're all ugly with our braces and our acne and our greasy hair that we don't know what to do with and our inability to dress ourselves, and we're all just waiting for the football player to come and ask us out, and they won't. Hello, phone. Anyway, so it's a little bit horrifying to have friends who are guys and hear them use the number system. But the thing that really gets to me, and we're going to take a little step back, we're going to get some background here, is that in my life, when I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm not just in a relationship with them, I become friends with them. And so then when the relationship ends, we continue to be friends. And sometimes it's easier than others to maintain the friendship. Sometimes I really have to work at it. But I get there. We become really good friends, and then we become best friends, and we can talk about things like who they're dating and who they want to date and all that stuff. And sometimes it's really hard to hear, and sometimes I just get used to it, and I want to be there and help them in any way that I can. So the problem that I am having is that my exes use the number system. Now, I was texting with a friend last night about this number system, and I mentioned that, maybe I wouldn't find it so appalling if I had ever been somebody's 9. But I've never been anybody's 9. I'm never going to be anybody's 9. And I even asked my friend, I was like, just do me a favor, don't ever tell me what my number was when you met me. I don't want to know. Because if it's 7 or below, I'm not going to be any better off, because in my mind, I'm a 7 or below. And if it's above a 7, I'm just going to think that you're lying to make me feel better. So just don't ever tell me. But the thing is that I have these exes, and at least 3 times, no fewer than 3 times, have I had this situation where one of my exes is talking about a girl that they like, or a girl that they dated, or whatever, and they say something to the effect of, I knew it couldn't work because she was 3 numbers above me. Or, she was just too pretty. She was a solid 9. Or, just things like that. And it hurts. It doesn't matter if we've been broken up for a month or 6 months or 3 years. All of the past stuff is past, and I get that. And I'm not looking to be in a relationship with these people again. But it still stings to have them be like, okay, so you and we dated, and I wasn't, intimidated or whatever. So that's how I feel about your number. But I am intimidated by this woman who's a 9. And I grew up the ugly child, and I get that people don't believe that or people don't accept that as truth. But I mean, when I was a teenager, I had braces and acne and bad hair, and I couldn't dress myself, and I was a mess. I was a really, really ugly teenager, and I had a lot of insecurity issues, and I had 2 really beautiful sisters, like gorgeous sisters. And so I grew up already feeling absolutely ugly. And in my adulthood, I'm trying to learn, to like myself and to find myself attractive and, to be confident in that. And I'm trying to be okay with me and how I look now and how I looked then and all that. And I know that it shouldn't be all about looks. I get that. That's not at all what this rant is about. The rant is about the fact that even when I'm like solidly comfortable with who I am and how I look, out of nowhere, I'll have a conversation with someone, or I'll get online and read a blog or something, and it will be a guy who's like, yeah, I was seeing this chick, but she was way too pretty for me. And if that guy happens to be one of my exes, it's like, ugh, here, would you like your knife back? Because that hurts. That sucks. And I don't understand why men are intimidated by beauty. That's another thing that I don't get. It's like, oh, she's really pretty, she'd never go for me. I've never had that thought. I've never had that thought about a really attractive guy. But if I see a really attractive guy, I'm like, I'm gonna go for that. But I'm more intimidated by awesomeness. I'll be like, oh, well, they're a really awesome person. I bet they'd never go for me. And I don't understand why men are so intimidated by looks and why they're not more intimidated by, like, the awesomeness of a person's character. Now, don't get me wrong. If someone was like, oh, well, they looked at me and, like, that girl is way too awesome. I bet she'd never go for me. Still isn't going to make me feel any prettier. I'm not entirely sure what the point of this rant is. I'm just so mad and frustrated at this number system. And I'm so mad and frustrated at the fact that I've never been a 9, and I'm never going to be a 9. And that makes me, you know, feel like the ugly child again. You spend all these years trying to get past your issues from your teenage years, but I mean, I don't know how it is for guys, but for girls, we're always going to be that awkward teenager. We're always going to be that insecure teenager. And, I can function really, really well usually every day. But there's that thing in the back of my head that's like, hey, you're not pretty. And now I've got, in the past couple of years is when this number system has become a real thing for me, and I've got this number system like bearing down on me. And what's really sad? That I'm damn near 30. I'm not gonna ever be a 9 because I'm running out of pretty time. Like I could be pretty for my age or whatever, or pretty for my whatever. But I'm getting to the point now where I can see wrinkles, and I'm getting to the point now where I can tell that smoking has affected my voice and has affected my lips, and I can tell that it's all downhill from here, and I've never been a 9, and that it's just that sucks. So dudes, if you're out there and you're using your number system, keep it in your head. Nobody needs to know that you think someone's a 9. No one needs to know that you think someone's a 7 or a 4. Just keep it in your head. You don't need to verbalize it, okay? Just throwing that out there. And if you do feel the need to verbalize it to other men. Don't say it to your chick friends. Because even if you never dated them, it's going to affect your chick friends. That's just all there is. It's going to affect them. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I can see that. She is a 9. I'm a 5. So just have a little courtesy there. Anyway, we're hitting at 10. So, bye, guys.